I had a job where I had to travel from Brooklyn to Queens, and you could either take a really long subway into Manhattan and back out to Queens, or you could ride a bike directly. And that's when I bought a bike, and the whole city opened up to me in a way that it had never before. So when I lived in New York and when I moved to Durham, I would basically just ride wherever I needed to go for transportation purposes. Sometimes I just started thinking, like, how far could I ride? Could I ride all the way back to Tucson, my hometown, if I just set out one day? How long would it take? What would that be like? I would like to try to ride really far. I would like to take this city transportation method that I have and see how well it works for transportation that you'd normally want to fly. When the pandemic hit, a lot of my work dried up, and I thought now's the time to try a long trip. I decided to set out, and I decided to start in Los Angeles and go east. I was only 8 days into my trip. The 8 days of my trip were amazing. I'd never ridden farther than Cary from Durham. I'd never ridden anywhere. And then I was going through small towns and rural areas into cities and highways. And it was really just an amazing experience. And then on day 8, I was on a highway outside of Phoenix, and a woman was towing a horse trailer coming the other way, and a wheel came off the horse trailer. And I went flying. I hit the pavement, and I immediately tried to get up, and I noticed that my knee was at a right angle from how it's supposed to be. The top of my leg was bent at a 90-degree angle. And so I grabbed my leg, put it back in place, and lay on the pavement. There was no way I was getting up. A nurse happened to be driving in her pickup just at that moment, and she pulled over, saw what was going on, called her husband to get her kit, and she had a tourniquet with her. And so she immediately put a tourniquet on me, stopped the bleeding, and I lay there until the ambulance came and picked me up, and then I got a helicopter ride to a hospital in Phoenix. And it has been it's been about 1 year and 4 months. I only got back on a bike in February. And now yesterday I went 50 miles, feel really, really good. So now I know I can do the trip from New York to Philly. I heard about this group like Durham that wants to make it so that people who aren't fearless like I am on the streets can also ride around in protected lanes. So I joined in 2019, and it's been amazing the kind of growth we've had since then. We hired a director in 2020, and that's what I'm riding for. I'm riding to raise money for Bike Durham to make the streets of Durham safe for multi-use. I'm really looking forward to this supported ride. I've never done a ride ever where there was anybody carrying stuff for me or making the way for me or anything like that. And I'm really glad that there is this ride, because right now I couldn't get on a bike and pack it with panniers and go heading out on my own. I really need there to be support. So I'm really glad that I'll be able to have this opportunity to go on this type of ride right now and kind of be able to, I just want to prove to myself that I can ride that many miles again. And I'm sure it'll be fun to have a lot of company and to have the support from the East Coast Greenway. So I'm looking forward to that.